In 1942, a railway was built by the Imperial Japanese Army. The railway was 415 kilometers long and stretched across the jungles and mountains of Thailand and Burma. Construction of the railway claimed the innocent lives of over 100,000 laborers. This later gave it the tragic name, the Death Railway. What we don't know much about is what happened to those who made it out alive. Known as Romusha, or forced laborers, these men and women worked relentlessly under deplorable conditions. They faced extreme starvation and were whipped mercilessly if they did not finish their allocated work on time. Having only primitive tools to cut through mountainous terrain, the Romusha quickly fell to disease. One particularly horrifying condition was a skin disease which caused their bodies to be covered with ulcers that gave out a repulsive stench. Those who were lucky enough to escape ended up taking refuge in Ellysha Najwa. It was said that the Romushas would head for the open-sided markets to beg for food and shelter. However, they were not welcomed by the locals, who found them disgusting. When the news of the Romushas reached Tunku Abdul Rahman, he quickly decided to visit the market and speak to them. When he got back home that day, he wasted no time. Tunku called for a meeting at his house with his young men from Syarikat Bekerjasama Am Saiburi, Saberkas, which was a secret acronym for Sayang Akan Bangsa, artinya redo korban segalanya. The outcome of this meeting was to set up a shelter to house the Romushas. When the building was ready, it was given the name Rumah Miskin. Under Tunku's leadership and personal finances, members of Saberkas ensured that the survivors were provided with clothing, food, and medical care. By 1945, the number of Romushas who fled to Ellysha increased significantly. Nevertheless, Tunku remained steadfast by raising funds for the Rumah Miskin to accommodate the new demand. Tunku and the Saberkas team cared for the Romusha at great personal expense. So much so that the team themselves eventually contracted the contagious disease. Fortunately, he recovered in time. So did over 100 Romushas under the great dedication, perseverance, and courage of Tunku and his team. The Rumah Miskin Project was a reflection of Tunku's deep empathy for the distressed and the ill. As we mark Almarhum Tunku's 118th birthday on 8th February 2021, we want to remember Tunku's compassion for all. We see it come alive in the selfless sacrifices of our courageous healthcare workers, teachers, cleaners, delivery drivers, volunteers, aid workers, and many ordinary Malaysian heroes in the past year. And so, as we commemorate Tunku's legacy today, let's continue to be kind and lift each other towards a more compassionate Malaysia.